Winning isn't everything, or the only thing. Sportsmanship and sacrifice is what turns athletes into icons. These athletes chose to do the right thing instead of doing whatever it takes to win. Success based on a technicality hardly feels like a success at all.
Shawn Crawford's your champion.
That's what U.S. sprinter Shawn Crawford faced when he fell short of a medal by finishing 4th in the men's 200-meter dash at the 2008 Beijing Olympics. But fate intervened when officials disqualified the 2nd and 3rd place finishers for stepping out of their lanes during the race. As a result, Crawford won the silver medal, which he could have kept for bragging rights. Instead, while at a track meet in Switzerland a year later, Crawford placed the medal in a box, which he left for 2nd place finisher Chirandi Martina at a hotel where he was staying. He added a note that read, "You ran a silver medal race and deserve this medal."
It's Chirandi Martina who's got it.
It was Crawford's way of righting what he felt was an injustice to his opponent, who had previously failed to overturn the ruling in an appeal. Crawford told the Associated Press, "If a guy is 10 meters in front of me, I don't care if he stayed in the middle of his lane. He was going to beat me anyway. He didn't impede in anybody's race." For more than 2 decades, Dale Earnhardt earned his racing stripes as the intimidator for his aggressive approach on the track.
I think it's going to be some exciting racing. Going to see something you probably hadn't ever seen on Fox.
But on February 18, 2001, the 7-time series champion employed those same talents to defend his son Dale Earnhardt Jr., and it would cost him his life. That day, Earnhardt was competing in NASCAR's flagship Daytona 500, and with a couple of laps remaining had pushed himself through heavy traffic to grab 3rd place, trailing his son and Michael Waltrip, Dale Jr.'s teammate. Rather than overtake the two, the 49-year-old stayed behind to protect their track positions. But in the final turn of the race, a bump between Earnhardt and Sterling Marlin sent the legend into the wall.
I just hope Dale's okay. I guess he's all right, isn't he?
For Waltrip and Earnhardt Jr., who finished 1st and 2nd respectively, the results were bittersweet once they learned that Dale Sr. died instantly in the crash. Fans across the country mourned the loss on what was one of NASCAR's darkest days, but nobody took the tragedy harder than Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Having Dad was like knowing all the answers to everything. And I was like, man, I'm going to have to do this without that the rest of my life.
After coming to terms with his loss, Earnhardt Jr. did very well for himself, winning 27 races, including 2 Daytona 500 titles, before he retired as a full-time driver in 2017. Adolf Hitler used the 1936 Olympics in Berlin to parade his notion of Aryan supremacy before the entire world, a setting that didn't intimidate African-American track star Jesse Owens.
The competition was grand, and we're very glad to come out on top.
Owens won the long jump and initially credited his competitor German athlete Luz Long for the win, claiming that Long assisted him in qualifying by helping him hit his mark.
Then I came down and I hit between these 2 marks, and therefore I qualified, and that led to the victory.
But Tom Ecker, author of Olympic Facts and Fables, told NPR that he later asked Owens point-blank about the story, and the athlete admitted that he actually hadn't met Long until after the long jump competition, and was just telling fans stories they like to hear. Still, the friendship between Long and Owens was real and real risky. Owens was later quoted as saying, "It took a lot of courage for him to befriend me in front of Hitler. You can melt down all the medals and cups I have, and they wouldn't be a plating for the 24-karat friendship that I felt for Luz Long at that moment." Despite losing a cross-country race in 2012 in his native Spain, long-distance runner Iván Fernández Anaya became a national hero and a global sensation. In fact, it was the defeat that earned him that distinction. During the Berlada cross-country race, Anaya easily could have zipped past Kenya's Abel Mutai to win, as the Olympic medalist had stopped running, thinking he had made it to the end. Anaya instead caught his rival's attention, then gestured at him, pointing out the location of the finish line, letting him know his mistake. The 2 men jogged to the finish with Anaya trailing Mutai by a few feet. After the race, Anaya denied that he squandered a chance to take the top spot, saying, "I didn't deserve to win it. I did what I had to do. He was the rightful winner. He created a gap that I couldn't have closed if he hadn't made a mistake. As soon as I saw he was stopping, I knew I wasn't going to pass him." With a $1,000 cash prize up for grabs in Maine's 2017 staging of the 10K Beach to Beacon long-distance running competition, the smart money among male athletes seemed to be on contender Jesse Orick. For the previous 4 years, the University of Maine student garnered impressive numbers, with several first-place and podium finishes. To top it off, Oreck was also the Beach to Beacon event's defending champion. And for much of the race, Oreck was true to his stats, galloping in front of the pack. But with roughly 100 yards left to go, Oreck collapsed when his weakened legs couldn't take much more.
What happened is I kind of mentally shut down a little bit.
Enter cross-country veteran Rob Lopez, who was about to pass a worn-out Oreck for the win when he did something extraordinary. For that crucial final leg, Lopez helped Oreck get up and carried him to the finish line. Once Oreck crossed the line first, Lopez let go of his opponent, who plopped to the ground like a rag doll.
He deserved to win. He ran harder than I did. He ran a better race than I did.
After the race, Lopez made no bones about his decision to forego a championship opportunity in favor of assisting a competitor.
I was just sort of doing what anyone in the Maine running community would have done.
I just said, I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. And he said, you don't have to say anything.